Hello, friends. Welcome to the Thinning of the Veil podcast. I just wanted to jump on really quick before Colette gives us her awesome teaching about the new Together app. I wanted to remind everyone that these videos in particular, the Gathering Academia videos, are so much better when you watch them. And so if you are listening to this video and you can't see it, I just wanted to remind you how to actually watch it. So in the link, in the description of this video, there is a link to the actual video version. So if you're listening on Apple or Spotify or even just on YouTube, there are two versions on YouTube. There's an audio version, which is podcast only, and then there's a video version as well. So regardless of how you're accessing it, in every single one of those videos, there is a link. It's the first link in the description. And if you will click on it, it will take you to the video version of this particular episode. And if you will use that moving forward in any of the videos that you actually want to visually watch, it will be more helpful for you. Hopefully that helps. And we will remind you from time to time about how to access the video version of each video. So I just wanted to quickly remind you of that before Colette comes on. Thank you again, friends, for joining us. And I hope that you really enjoy this really cool discussion on an app that is going to be super useful for you, even looking forward into the holidays and meeting with family. So here's Colette. And again, if you want to access it, it's the first link in every description of every video, no matter what platform you're watching it on. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Welcome back. So glad to have you here. It is the month of December. You might be listening to this later. You may not discover it until next year. Hence, that's why I'm all bundled up here in Utah. It's a little chilly. I am so excited to share what we have to share today. Like, I'm almost giddy about it because it is so amazing. It is, I think, one of the greatest things to help you connect to your family, for them to connect to their ancestors, and it's so fun and engaging. So we're going to break this up into two-part series. We'll have one part for this week and a part two for next time because there is so much. I actually recorded the entire thing, went back, and it did not share my phone screen. So there's a way that I can share my phone. I've done that in a previous one, but I forgot to share my computer screen. So I was just talking for the whole time. So now I know the app pretty well. And I'm excited to share it with you. So what the Together app is an app that was created by FamilySearch developers, and it's not super well known. I'm not sure why, but I know the developers, the engineers that helped create it would love to have more people using it because it is a fabulous tool. So we're going to talk a little bit about today about the main page of the app, and then next week you'll be able to get a deep dive into the rest of the amazing features that are on it. And I just figured this is a time of getting together, of the reminder of our Savior and of how he brings us together again. He makes it possible through his sacrifice for us to return to our Heavenly Father, to be together with him. And so I thought, man, what an amazing opportunity that we can get into this Together app with our families, as individuals, and connect. And so with that, I'm going to do what I should have done last time, which is share the screen. All right, we're going to share the entire screen, and then I'm going to get my phone, and I'm going to do screen mirroring. All right, here we go. So now this should work. I should be on the right-hand side, and you should see my screen. So I have an iPhone, but if you've got an Android, you can still have the same app, and it's the Together app. Up in this top left corner, it's pink. So you'll know that's what you're looking for, the FamilySearch family tree symbol inside a little pink box. Download that, and then you'll end up signing in with your FamilySearch account. So I'm going to tap on the Together app, and this is what comes up. I have a picture because I've uploaded a picture onto FamilySearch. This is my profile picture. If you don't have one, then yours might be empty, and you have the ability to tap on the little blue pencil and you can replace the portrait. So if I wanted to replace it, I could add it from my device, Google Photos. I could take a new picture or add one from FamilySearch. So know that that's an option to do that. So if you will look up at the top, there's a little number 1 with a fire, and that's my weekly streak. It's saying, good job, you came back. You have a 1-week streak. Some people are very motivated. When I was doing Duolingo, I was very motivated by those streaks. So if that helps you to stay on top of this, fabulous. Also, I've earned 1,200 points. So I can see other people in my family that have added a few points. My sister, she got some, my uncle, and my mom. So yay, I'm the leaderboard, but that's not saying much. I have a lot of other people in my family I'd like to get on board. And that's one of the great things about this Together app. The goal is for you to invite people to connect, to share stories, memories, pictures on your phones, even if you're in different states, different countries. It's a way to connect and really be together, even if you physically can't be together. So you can see up at the top, it says all stories, or if I click on family stories, it will just show the stories that I've added so far. So you can see I've added a few, and then I could scroll and see if anybody else has added any. Let's see if my brother, nope, no stories yet. So then I could invite him to add a story. So I'm going to go back to me, and I'm going to go back to all stories. So this page is, if I scroll down, you're going to see that it's all about stories. Go all the way down about family, living family. So if you feel like you are a bad journaler, you've never done a good job, you want to do your family history, you don't know where to start, this app is for you. It's really for all of us, and it's so easy because you can talk into your phone. You don't even have to type. It's so easy. And then you can either have it private for you, or you can share with other members of your family that you invite to be a part of this experience. So we're going to start with the top. I'm just going to scroll so you can see favorites overall, favorite foods, animals, sports, childhood, entertainment, travel. And I've got a little check mark on the ones that I've done. Favorite fashion, favorite places. And let's click on the edit. I've never clicked on that before. Oh, so I can turn them on or off if I want to see it or I don't want to. I don't know why I'd want to not see something, but so let's go down about me. So I can do a create my own. Let's tap on that. And what do I want to talk about? So I'm going to start my activity, and I'm going to say, give this entry a title. I'm going to say favorite adult Christmas tradition. Christmas tradition. All right. And so what do I want to talk about? And I'm going to say ornament exchange. Oops. There we go. Ornament exchange. So then I can say upload photos. So I actually have one. It's on my device. If I scroll, it was this last week. Let me see. There we go. Here is my ornament exchange. And then I'm going to say next. And it should be uploading it, we're hoping. Oh, it says it's saving image on the screen. So let's hope it's recording. Oh, good. Okay. So then I have ornament exchange, and I'm going to say save. All right. So I'm going to say who should be able to see this story? Just me. So for right now, I'm going to do it with my family that I've already invited them to this group. Not very many have joined, but hopefully at some point. Or I can do just me. So I'm going to say the family. So do you see how when I toggle just me, it got rid of the family? But I can do multiple families. If I make it just me, it's private. So I'm going to do 2 families, and then I could invite other family members to be a part of this. So I click invite, and I can see who the members are, and I've done some invites already, but I can tap this little icon down here where it's pink, and then I can use my messaging, and I can say, join my FamilySearch group. So I'm going to message, and I'm going to say to my daughter, I think I already invited her to do this, but I'll just test it out. Oh, actually, I have a new daughter-in-law. So let me do Macy and sent it to her. So I can see who I've sent. These are the members that are in my group. And this is something that if you've created a family group on FamilySearch, they will already be a part of this. They will show up on this Together app. You just need to invite them to come be a part of the Together app. So once I said done, then I've added that. Now I didn't even get to record that story. I added the picture and something happened. So let me go back to my create your own, see how it added a check mark. And I'm going to click on previous answers. And let's see if we can edit it. These three little buttons up here, click edit. All right, so this is what I want to do on my ornament exchange. This is one of the coolest things that you will just love. I typed that one out and it was a little cumbersome. But if I do return so that I'm starting a new paragraph, I can click on this little, look down in the bottom right corner. There's a microphone. If I click on that, then I can start talking and look what it does. So I'm going to stop it for a second. I tap it again. I need to delete that. And so then this is what I'm going to say. Instead of just saying ornament exchange, I'm going to say, when I moved to Oregon in 2003, I was invited to an ornament exchange by my dear friend, Marianne DeGraw, period. And then I can stop. And then I can go on and continue to say, tell the story about how that was one of my favorite things every year was to go to Christy Benyon's ornament exchange. And when I moved to Utah 7 years ago, I wanted to bring a piece of Oregon to me. And that was a way of connecting, a way of gathering. And so when I first started, the first year, I had 6 people, and then it was COVID. So all of these things I would talk about and record this. I'm just going to save it now and I can edit it later. But that's something super important to me. And now I've got it recorded in FamilySearch. It's on FamilySearch and it's on the Together app. So if you're a little confused, this app syncs with FamilySearch. So everything you see on here is provided based on what's currently on FamilySearch. All right, so that's about me. So you can create your own. They also have a question of the week. So you can invite family members again to do this. So I'm going to invite my aunt and send an invite. We'll see if she does it. But all we can do is invite, and sometimes people are ready and sometimes they're not. So let me go back to the question of the week. Start activity. And so I can do, look at this. Isn't this great? It's one question, super easy. I can click on the microphone and I can say, one of my biggest memories of my mom is she was always doing a project. Period. One of her favorite places to go was Ace Hardware. Period. She built a tree house for us and a swimming pool and a deck. Period. There was always tools out at our house. Period. And I could go on and on. But that gives you an idea of how it does. Typed it out. And if I'm like, oh, I don't like how it did punctuation, then I can go in and edit it. So it says go was. I'm going to stay with go was. And I'm going to say next. And I will say my mom. And you can do whatever you want. And then I save it. And now I've done a little family history in less than a minute. And I can say, I'm going to share that with the fam and Anderson family. And then I'll say done. So I got a few more points. It was fun. I did a little family history in the way of recording a story on a Sunday afternoon. I also have the ability to have a personal journal in here, and I can do entries, and it's in a safe spot. And I can do the same thing, just talk into my phone. I can do a life highlights. Is this not cool? The highs and the lows? Let's do the start activity and see what it did. What is something I would say a life highlight? And there's 5 questions. Amazing. So then I could talk about hobbies, talents, my friends, my heroes, education, life goals, dream encounter, future me, work life. Look at all of this. Festive moments. I could add pictures from my experiences this month. Let's say we go see a Christmas tree or a light. I can add this. It's a great way to journal, to scrapbook, to record. A little bit about my name. If I know why I got my name, which my middle name was after my grandma. If I served in military. I don't know what this holiday ranking is. Let's check that out. Some just have better desserts. I think dessert is great. So I can answer which is my favorite holidays. Interesting. You can see there's a lot of things. That was just about me. Then about my faith, spiritually defining moments, a gratitude journal. Don't we all need to have a little bit more gratitude? And here's an easy way to do that. I can talk about my baptism and confirmation, mission, testimony. Do you look at all of these? It's absolutely amazing. My favorite scriptures. I would say mine is Alma 37, 36, and 37. And I can share why that's so important to me. It was the first time that I said a prayer and I really needed help. And I was performing in church on the piano for my future husband. I didn't know it at the time. He was getting ready to go on his mission. And I was really rusty at that song, but I read that and I knew that Heavenly Father would help me in anything that I did. And I played that song perfectly, which I had never played it perfectly before or since. So it's those types of things that we can share for our posterity, and they will be saved on FamilySearch forever. If you have a church talk, this is a great place to upload it. If you have general conference notes, this is a great place to put it. Do you see how this can be a great place to organize? My spiritual gifts. What a great place for you to ponder and think about those gifts that Heavenly Father has given you and record it so that your posterity can see that you were confident in knowing that God had given you gifts and recognize what they were. Let's go down. Then we get to deceased family. So here, if we look at my dad, I put some favorite memories about my dad. I have a Sunday game with Dad. And this is one that I just did when I did the previous recording. And I was able to just do it with voice to text. So it did it a little bit different than what I thought it was going to say. But actually, I'm looking at it now, I think it's fine. And then I have another memory about how he would play this game of dropping peanuts in this jar. And he would take us to the YMCA and to the Racket Club. I did those quite a while ago. I think that was in 2024, and for the Sunday game with Dad. And now I've got that recorded for any of my family to see. My dad had some funny sayings, things I admire. I still need to do that about my dad. Then I've got all of these. I've got my grandparents. As I start scrolling, I'm going to get to these grandparents who died before I was born. So I don't have any memories, but let's say I'm visiting, sadly, all of my uncles, or my dad and his two brothers, have died. So any memories of Henry, I don't think I would get. But let's say James Alvin, memories, I could click on that and start the activity if I'm visiting a relative and record them telling what the memory was. So that's another way to connect. And then we have the ability to do it for our spouse, so our living family. Look at that. And then I also have the ability to do family stories. So I can come down here, and since we're approaching the Christmas holiday, I can start this activity, but I can also invite people in my family. So I'm going to send it to a few of my family members, and we'll just see if they do it. So I send the invite. The reason they're showing up here, you may not have anybody show up there. Let's see if it'll do it. Send invite. There we go. Is that you need to invite them in the beginning to be a part of the app. And that's right here. Family groups, invite family members. And that's why you can send them a text. So you click invite family members. And then you'll scroll down somewhere in here. Oh, it's under members. And this is where you can scroll down, and let me see where it is. Oh, it's this. It's really teeny. It's this little person with a plus right there in the right corner. So let me go back. It's under the garbage cans. Look at all the garbage cans. There's a little person with a plus. And then you can click message, Macy. I'll send it to her. She's just joined our family. She's going to wonder, why am I getting multiple invites? Because I think I invited her when I did the original recording. That's how you can get people to be a part of this. It's not a solo experience of sharing, but that you have the opportunity to share with everybody else. And then, so if we go down here to family stories, holiday memories, I can click start activity, and I see there's 4 questions here. I could do this in less than a couple of minutes. Whew. Is that not incredible? So I'm going to stop sharing screen. Stop mirroring. All right, and I'm going to stop sharing here. There we go. So I hope that this little touch, you may be just too excited about this, and you may go into the Together app and explore some more. But if you're content with staying with what we just talked about, my invitation to you this week is to get on there and record one story, and then invite at least one person in your family to be a part of this. But I would be happy, as my dad used the word gangbusters, go gangbusters, and invite a lot of family. This is a time where we think about family, where we want to be with family. I also just want to put this out to you as listeners. If you're listening this week, the beginning of December, later this month, I will be in several countries in Europe, and I would love to be of service if it's in an area where I'm going to be. We plan on doing some billion graves photographing, and I will be at the major archives. So I will be stopping this weekend. I think it's Friday in Barcelona. And then we will, over the next few weeks, we will be in Prague and Budapest and Krakow, Poland, and Vienna, Austria. And so I'm just going to keep my eye out for cemeteries that we feel impressed to photograph. But if you had family in any of those areas, would you send me a message? Just make a comment here. And if it's possible, I will do my very best. It's really our vacation, my husband and I. But I would love to be of help for you, for your family, at this Christmas time. Or if there's something in an archive that you've needed and you can give me very specific things where it won't take a lot of time, I would love to look for that for you. So just have a fun time with this app, and watch for next week for all of the more. I mean, it gets better beyond what we've just talked about. So have a great week.